way out in the highlands of central Java and Indonesia, there's this building that, well, it just defies explanation. It's got to be one of the world's most unique structures, and today we're going to dig into its real story. I mean, just look at it. It's a gigantic bird sitting right on top of a hill in the middle of the jungle. When you first see it, you gotta wonder, is this some kind of wild art project, a forgotten theme park, or is it something else entirely? So, to really get what this place is all about, we first have to talk about its nickname. It's a very famous nickname, and it's also very, very wrong. Okay, this is where things get super interesting. The whole world calls this place Gereja Ayam, which translates to the chicken church. But here's the twist. The man who built it never, ever wanted it to be a chicken. And it wasn't meant to be a church for just one religion either. His vision was for a dove, a universal symbol of peace. And it was built to be a house of prayer for literally everyone. So who on earth comes up with such a grand, peaceful vision? To understand that, we've got to go back to the beginning to see how one man's idea really took flight and became this massive, concrete reality. The whole thing started with this man right here, Daniel Alamstra. And get this, he wasn't an architect or a big-time developer. He says that back in 1988, he had a divine vision, a message telling him to build a house of prayer shaped like a dove on a remote hill. And this timeline just lays it all out so clearly. The vision hits him in '88. 4 years later, in 1992, they actually start building. Now, the project did hit some rough patches, financial struggles, and it was even abandoned for a while. But it's since been brought back to life and is now this incredible destination known by its proper name, Bukit Rhema. And this right here, this was the mission from day one. In Daniel Alamshah's own words, the goal was simple but so profound: to build a house of prayer for all nations, a place where anyone, no matter what their faith, could just come and have a quiet moment. So you're probably wondering what is actually like inside this giant dove, right? Well, let's take a quick tour because the building is designed to be a journey in itself. You see, the inside has 7 floors, and as you climb up, you actually move through different themes. There are these amazing murals and artworks that walk you through ideas like the human journey through life, the power of prayer, and celebrating local culture and multiculturalism. It's a climb that's both physical and, a little bit spiritual. And after you've made that journey all the way up, you get the grand prize. You walk out at the very top, right inside the dove's crown, which is basically this incredible viewing platform. And from there, the view is just stunning. A full 360-degree panorama of the hills, volcanoes in the distance, and you can even see the famous Borobudur Temple from there. But the story doesn't just stop with quiet prayer and amazing views. No way. In the last few years, Bukit Rhema has turned into something so much bigger. I mean, just look at this list. It's a full-on tourist hub now. It's got its own cafe, they do sunrise tours, classic VW safaris. You can even take a class to learn traditional batik making or decorate donuts. There's a playground for kids, a guest house. It's become a real destination for families and travelers, not just pilgrims. So what's the deal with this number, 150,000 Indonesian rupiah? Well, that's the price for their most famous tour, the Sunrise ala ADC2. Now, that's a nod to a huge Indonesian movie called Ada Apa Dengan Cinta 2. They filmed a super romantic scene right at the crown, and boom! That movie appearance basically turned this quirky building into a legit pop culture icon. So let's bring this all home. What does the story of Bukit Rhema really tell us? What's the big takeaway here? This table just lays it out perfectly. The myth, what everyone thinks they know, is that it's an abandoned chicken church for one religion, just some weird oddity in the jungle. But the reality? It's a beautifully designed dove, a symbol of peace, that's become this bustling, inclusive house of prayer for all, and a vibrant center for tourism, art, and culture. And all of this leaves us with one last, really fascinating question to think about. The story of Bukit Rhema shows us what happens when a deeply personal, spiritual vision becomes a public landmark. It gets a nickname its creator never wanted, it gets a new identity, it even becomes a movie star. It just proves that the life of a building can be just as wild and unpredictable as our own. It's a reminder that once you put something out into the world gets a say in what it becomes.